Hello everybody, Infernape Shinjo here, and welcome to another video. And I thought to switch it up a little bit, today we're going to be discussing the Fall 2020 anime. Now, when I'm recording this, they haven't come out yet. I'm going to do my best to post this before they come out, but if it doesn't work out, it's whatever. From what I'm seeing from a couple of these so far, they're coming out in October, so hopefully this video is out before then. But I just figured as a nice little twist that I'd discuss the anime since I don't really discuss it that consistently on Let's Talk Anime. So just for a little bit of a nice twist. So I guess in another way you can just call this a retrospective on what I'm looking forward to this season, what I'm not entirely looking forward to this season. But I'm going into this roughly blind. I don't know much about this other than the obvious ones I'm looking at right now. So let's just jump into it. So we got the third season of Danmachi and the four and a half seasons of Haikyuu. I didn't realize that these two were happening right now. Like, didn't Danmachi's second season just come out recently? And it was like, there's a lot bigger of a gap between 1 and 2 if I'm not mistaken. I mean, I can't really say much else about it because I haven't been keeping up with it, so whatever. Haikyuu, the same. I heard a lot of people sing its praises, but otherwise it's, again, something I haven't watched. Now, what is this? Mahoka Kotoreshi. This isn't a second season, I'm assuming. Shibu Miyuki's classmate, Shizu, is on her way to study abroad. For magicians, this is normally impossible since allowing the genres of someone who can use magic outside the country body is tantamount to giving up nation secrets. But it's allowed for one case exchange program. Angela Shields has arrived in Japan and US. A vampire? Okay. This sounds interesting. Now, they got a whole bunch of different tags here. Action, sci-fi, supernatural, magic, romance. I guess what's gonna happen is, I'm assuming this over here is Angela Shields because most people that are outside of Japan are blonde. It's just a fact in anime. And I'm assuming this is the vampire or whatever. So I'm assuming that there's going to be some sort of romantic tension between the two. And honestly, I might give it a couple of episodes, but not really looking forward to it. Now at the same time, there's no saying if I'm going to watch all of these the day they come out as well. So up next, now this is what I was kind of wanting to make the video for. A new Higurashi. Now, I didn't watch the original. I know that it's very dark. I mean, look at the tags right here. Horror, psychological, thriller. But at the same time, my buddy V-Fist, who gave me this mic, and his girlfriend, or wife I should actually say, fiance I think, actually really like this show. So, I don't know. It's kind of tempting me to watch it, but otherwise, I don't know much else about it to say. Jujutsu Kaisen. In a world where demons feed on unsuspecting human, fragments of the legendary and feared demon Sukuna were lost and scattered about. Should any demon consume his body parts, the power they gain could destroy the world as we know it. Fortunately, there exists a mysterious school of sorcerers, and that's what the anime is. Okay, and it comes from a manga? Okay, that's pretty interesting. I thought there was going to be more that was original, although I assume that's this year. Or this season. Third season of Golden Kamuy. Haven't seen the other two. It seems like this is a season for sequels. I don't know. I've seen a couple so far. Fumetsu no Anata E. From Brains Base. Okay, I like Brains Base. There isn't many anime that I've watched from them. A mysterious immortal being, is sent to Earth with no emotions or identity. However, it's able to take shape of those around it and have a strong impetus. I don't know what that word means. At first it's a sphere, then it imitates the form of a rock. As temperature falls, it inherits the moss. Okay, so it can adapt, basically. Finally, it gains the conscience and begins to traverse the empty tundra until it meets a boy. He lives in a ghost town, abandoned long ago in search for paradise to exist. Okay, this sounds interesting. I know I'm saying that about a lot of stuff, but it really sounds interesting. Okay, now what is this? It already has kawaii in the title, so I'm not sure what I should expect from this. Having grown up ridiculed for his ridiculous name, Nasa Yuzaki strives to be remembered for something more. Fortunately, it seems like he's on the right path, ranking first in the nation's mock exam and sent to enter the high school of his choice. He meets a girl across his street and raptured by his own. It's love at first sight. He notices approaching danger, speeding down the road. Are you kidding me? Barely alive thanks to the girl's intervention. Okay, she might vanish. On one condition, marriage, to which the girl is nowhere to be found. After recovering from his injuries, NASA tosses aside his previous admission to dedicate his life to finding the girl. Yet several years pass when an unexpected visitor. Oh! Okay. I mean, honestly, I probably would have preferred not reading the whole thing. Like, just judging from the poster, if I would have gone into it blind, that probably would have been better. But at the same time, it interests me. And it's from a manga. I've never heard of 7 arcs, so I don't know. I don't even know how to pronounce Hanyo no Yashashimi Sengoku. Okay, so it's a feudal thing. Sashimi Inuyasha? There is a new Inuyasha, so maybe this is what they're foreshadowing. In feudal Japan, half-demon twins are separated each other. Okay, so yeah. And it's an original work. I mean, honestly, I'm just skimming through this, and it seems kind of generic. But at the same time, I don't want that to be the only reason I don't watch it, because, like, original stuff from the last couple of seasons, Tower of God, God of High School, people sung its praises, so you never know. Let me try and speed through these a little bit more, because I don't have time to watch all of these. Kami-sama, at the end of high school, he prepares for an entrance exam. A young girl named Hina, proclaiming herself as a god of omniscience. Yuta is confused. The world will end in 30 days. After witnessing he believes the powers are real. Hina, who is... Okay. So, like... I know I probably skimmed over it, so I didn't really get to read much of it. But, like, from what I can gather, we got Yuta. Oh, he's in high school. Okay. So, from the looks of the poster and from the description, it sounds like there's an age gap. So, it's not really like a romance thing, which... obvious from the title. That sounds interesting. Honestly, from what I've read so far, that's probably the one that I'm most looking forward to, which is weird because before looking into all of this, I really didn't expect much from this season because there's not really much that really grabbed me. And this is just ripping off the scene from E.T., so let's see. The second floor of the gym. That was where we met. It was class time, but of course there wasn't always going to be places like that. That's where we became friends, we talked about stuff, we made friendship. Keeping my head propped up against the wall, I let out a small sigh. Okay. Alright. So, I mean, obviously it is a romance. Okay, so it's... So yeah, it's one of those shows. Not that that's bad or anything, but it's just one of those shows. Kind of like... I don't know. They're both girls, so Blue into You rings a bell. Even though I've never seen that. That just kind of rings a bell. Okay, what is this? Is this another... war sort of thing? A great war is raged between the Empire and the Nebulous, the whole realm of witches, the youngest knight to receive the title. So it's knights and witches, but Romeo and Juliet. That's what I can gather. Obviously, I'm not reading all of these. Now, I don't know much about Ikebukuro or Westgate Park, but I've seen a lot of stuff online about it. Known for an area of juvenile crime, 21-year-old Makoto is a friend of the king, the leader of the youth group called G-Boys, though he doesn't want to be a member. Known for his cool head, Makoto becomes a key troubleshooter. Okay, so the death of his girlfriend and an escalated turf war. So he basically doesn't get a choice in joining the group after all this crap goes down. Okay, that sounds pretty interesting. Doesn't initially sound like something I'd watch, but I'll try a couple of episodes. Maho no Tabitabe. Once a time, there was a witch named Elena, who set off on a journey across the world. She met new kinds of people, a country full of witches, but with each meeting... Okay, so... yeah, it basically sounds like Violet Evergarden, but with a witch. Now this... the third season of Is the Order a Rabbit? No, this is actually wild, because I think I found out a while ago that there was going to be a third season, but at the same time, I think I literally watched the first 2 seasons, like, back to back, probably like, I would say maybe 3 or 4 years ago for first season, and then soon after for the second season, And I gotta be honest, I don't really remember much about this show. All I know is Coco is a complete idiot, so obviously I'm gonna keep watching it. But I suppose to go a little more in depth on this Yoru Rabbit before I move on to the next one, it's basically Blend S, except for the Mimi opening and all the characters are, I don't know, it's just a little more on the cute side, in my opinion. I don't know. That's just me. This is what I saw, no bless. I think Trash Taste Podcast discussed this, I want to say. It's from a web manga. Yeah, this is the one. So, his servant Frankenstein? Okay, so this has really dark undertones. Obviously, one of the tags is vampire, so it seems interesting. Assault Lily Bouquet. In the near future, humanity faces imminent destruction from mysterious creatures known as Huge, and they wage war using charm. Counter Huge arms. Okay, so why did they only get the first letter of counter and huge and then just the whole word of arms? I don't know. I guess it'd be weird if it was just called Cha. Okay. They work more effectively when used by teenage girls. Of course. And their weapons are called lilies with garden. Okay, so there's some definite flower undertones. So I don't know. I don't know if it's gonna, because it's basically about young girls and magic, so I don't know if they're gonna take the route of Madoka Magica. If they do, okay. Akudama Drive. Long ago, a war broke out in Japan that pitted Kanto against Kansai and split up the region, and the police began losing more control, and criminals came up. Okay. Doesn't sound like something I'd watch, but obviously there's gonna be a market for it. Okay, let me get a little bit faster into this. So this seems about Sherlock Holmes because Moriarty. So interesting. Now this, I want to read this before I go any further. Kamitachi no Hiruwata Otoko. Okay, so there's something about God in here because Kami. Ryoma dies in his sleep, never mind, at the age of 39 after leading a life of misfortune. Taking pity on him, 3 deities offer him a chance to reincarnate in a world of magic where he only has one mission, to be himself and enjoy life. They bestow upon him physical abilities. Okay, his new life as a young child officially starts when he's teleported. 3 years go by. Having spent most of his time researching slimes, he has managed to evolve unique kind of slimes, training an army of them. Although he's a young happy boy, he somewhat misses the company of humans. But after healing an injured member of a passing group, he's persuaded to go with them, accompanied by his mess of slimes. A whole new world where his slimes taming. Okay. So, it's a nice twist on that time I got reincarnated as a slime. Obviously, the slime aspect is there. So, okay, another one that I'm interested in. 100 Man no Inochi no Uwara Tatataturaro. I've never claimed to know Japanese. Along with this guy, along with his 2 classmates, have been transported to it's an isekai. As soon as they arrive, they meet somebody who calls himself the Game Master, who then grants them to a time-limited quest. To aid them, Okay, so one's a magician, one's a warrior, and one is a farmer. Okay, that's how the hectic life began, and they have to complete several quests in order to protect the real world. Okay, I mean, it doesn't look like it's being played as a comedy because the comedy tag isn't up there, but okay. Kuma Bear. What is going on here? 15-year-old prefers to stay home and play a VR MMO when a strange new update gives her a one-of-a-kind bear with crazy abilities. The outfit is unbearably cute. Did they really have to word it like that? Okay, so this is like Bofuri, but I don't know. Interesting. Hypnosis Mike rap battle. What? In a world where women now dominate the government, the creation of weapons, conflict with the power of hypnosis, Mike lyrics can affect. Okay, so it's a clear music anime. I typically don't watch them, but I'll be willing to try it if people want me to watch it. Princess Cialis is trying for a good night's sleep. Some shut-eye. 40 winks. Catch some Z's. Wait. Well, disharmony. A demon king kidnaps a human in prison. But until hero arrives, Project Rescue the Princess. What's a imprisoned princess? Teddy bear guards with bat wings are of. So she decides to while away the long hours by sleeping. Now if she could only get comfortable and didn't suffer from insomnia. Okay, now actually, I'm gonna have to remember. Because I think it was an episode of Teen Titans, the original Teen Titans, where Robin just fell asleep and the whole plot was the other Titans stop anybody from messing around so he won't wake up. That's what this reminds me of. I think it was Teen Titans. It wouldn't have been Teen Titans Go, because it would have been more recent for that. But yeah, I think there was an episode like that. Unless that was another show that I watched. I can't remember. But, okay, it's from Doug Kobo, so it's going to at least look good. Dragon Quest. Now this, I think I saw a lot of people talk about this. Valiant Swordsman. So it's based off of the Dragon Quest games, but I haven't watched them. So if they dumb it down for a newcomer like me, okay. Sport climbing girls. Konomi Kasahara, a junior high school girl, has made a big name winning numerous puzzle tournaments using special. Fascinated with climbing. Okay. So it's another one of those anime that get people to do stuff that they wouldn't like to do, like Dumbbell a couple years back. So, okay, now this Ochibokure Fruit Tart. VFist actually shared this to me on Twitter, and I didn't read much about it before, so let me see. Fourth dormitory of the rap production, the place where dropout idol girls live. The former child actor Roko, musician Hayu, model Nina, Sakura Ino, who always dreamed to become an idol, moves in. I have no doubt that's the girl in pink. At the same time, the decision is made to demolish the dormitory. Due to the project launched by the manager Ho-Ho, Ochibokure Fruit Tart, occupants of the new dormitory form a new idol group called Fruit Tart and start their activities to repay a 100 million yen debt. Okay, so obviously I was already sold on it before I even read it because girls wearing pink, so obviously. And at the same time, I like the twist that they basically have to be a group to pay off a debt. I just find that hilarious. It doesn't seem like it's comedy, but they might not have that be the sole focus, so okay. Luckily this column is a lot easier. Strike Witches doesn't have anything about it, so obviously there's nothing I can comment on. Senyoku no Sigdarafa. The pillars suddenly appear above Earth, threatening all life. A god who calls himself Odin came to the aid of humanity as if it was driven to complete defeat. To counter the pillars, Odin declared a counterattack by bequeathing humanity. Oh, so it's about Valkyries. Several years ago, the Great Pillar over Mount Fuji. The time of Ragnarok. Okay. Interesting. Obviously, a lot of the people here look like girls because, of course, they do. That actually sounds interesting because I don't know much about like Valkyrie in like actual world lore. I only know that from Yu-Gi-Oh! Third season of One Room. Haven't seen the first two seasons. Moving on. I don't remember actually seeing this one before. Muno Nanana. Psychological? Okay, doesn't look like it would be from the moment. It's the year 20XX. Earth was assaulted by monsters that would come to be known as the enemy of humanity. In order to deal with this threat, special schools composed of teenagers with extraordinary abilities were formed. These people, who came to be known as the Talented, had abilities that could defy the rules of reality. Among them was an outlier, an individual who was sent to one of these schools despite having no special abilities. This is the story of the protagonist. Wait. An individual was... Okay, so it doesn't say... So I'm assuming she's the protagonist, because most of the time the protagonist is right in the center. Okay, interesting. A3, haven't seen it, moving on. King's Raid, this looks entirely edgy. What's it about? It's been 100 years since King Kyle buried Angmundo. Now in a time of peace, the apprentice knight Castle enjoys his life without worry. His fate begins to change with a new demon appearance infesting the neighborhood. Guided by a wise man, yeah, okay. Doesn't really interest me. Osamatsu-san, third season? Really? I thought it was on for much longer. Maybe it wasn't. Guranburu, anime adaptation. Oh, Granblue Fantasy. Okay, haven't seen that. Taiso Samurai. Year 2002. Japan's gymnastics world was once strong. Former representative Aragaki, who devoted his time to him, was unable to perform as expected. Even so, his coach recommends him to retire. However, the fate of the Aragaki family due to a certain encounter. Alright, interesting. Rail Romanesque. Set in Hinomoto, a fictional version of Japan, where for a long time railway travel. A rail lord? And it's a harem? So Setsu lost his... Okay. So, like, do they fight with the trains? I know I'm, like, skimming through these, but I kind of want to go into a lot of these blind if I actually decide to watch these. Okay. It has a lot of girls, which I feel is a common thing for this season. Maisetsu. 4 young girls at the bloom of their youth, working hard to achieve their dreams as they struggle valiantly. In Japanese entertainment, it refers to introductory talk comedy shows. So is this going to be one of those shows that they just break the fourth wall all the time? Maybe. Tsukita the animation. Haven't seen the first season. Let's move on. Okay, I'm just not even going to acknowledge these two because I don't know what they are. Doesn't seem like... Because this one does look like a cat and a dog in just daily life. This one's a romance. So moving on. 2 young people living in the Warhide Empire. Okay, why are there so many about, like, wars and stuff? I don't recall them being this many other seasons. Okay. Otono Naya Chiwak. A 30-year-old officer who's gone 5 years without a boyfriend has forgotten all about love. A foreign-affiliated consultant has not had a girlfriend in almost 7 years. Meeting in a matchmaking party, he states, "I'm not into this woman." Okay. The uncensored episodes. Okay. I'm not sure if that's a good sign or not. But I haven't seen the other 2 seasons of this. I don't know what that is. So fortunately, we're almost at the end. Actually, scratch that. We are at the end. I don't know anything about either one of these 2. So let's see what's in the O&As. Moduzoi. I don't know what that is. They're having an OVA for this. Still haven't seen it. Don't plan on seeing it. Okay. Oh, the Yaiba movie's coming out. October 16th. Okay. Fate Grand Order. It feels like I'm always seeing Fate Grand Order on here. Burn the Witch. Oh! This is done by the same people that did the Pokemon shorts. Burn the Witch. Okay. Historically, 72% of deaths are related to dragons, fantastical beings invisible to the majority of people. While unknown to most, some people have been standing out to these dragons. Okay. The protagonist of the story... Okay. So they have to fight dragons. Cool. Okay. Obviously, watching a movie is a lot more of an investment than watching anything else. Data Bullet. Okay, so that must be from Data Live, because that looks like the girl from Data Live. A youth romantic comedy focuses on growing up. Okay. That sounds interesting. I like that. It seems very wholesome. I can't talk about that because they don't even want to talk about that. Kimi no Kanada? Mia has feelings for her childhood friend. As they continue their delicate relationship, the 2 fight over something trivial. Makes him make up with him in the pouring rain. She gets into a traffic accident when she tries to regain consciousness. A mysterious and unfamiliar world appears before her eyes. And that somehow develops her. Interesting. Wave. Okay, doesn't seem like something I'd be interested in. It's just about summer break. Yeah, there you go. A collection of short stories that take a refreshing look and humorous life of the sexual relationships between young people in Japan. So moving on. Yes, Kano Nakana Hanabun. Kuinda is a popular guy. He's constantly cursing, and he meets a guy, and they do stuff. Wait, did that just say face mask? Worn out sweats and a face mask. There's no way they planned this perfectly. Majo no Miwa Sagashite. Okay, 27-year-old Tokyo office worker just returned to Japan, where 22-year-old 4th-year college student appears to be a teacher. Boyish Rika is a... Okay. A new magical story begins when they Okay, so it doesn't really like say what the movie's about, but it kind of intrigues me. So what else? Monster Strike? No. Okay. No description for that. Okay. A picture book. That's gonna be interesting to develop. Jiangxia? I don't know. Okay. Precure. Yeah, I'm just scrolling through at this point because nothing really like is grabbing me. I don't even know what to make about any of this. Okay, that's it. Alright, that's it. Interesting. So that is going to be the end of this video. Apologies if I didn't go in depth as much on stuff that I wanted to, but I didn't want to make this video too long. And honestly, I can kind of see why I knew that this season 1 was going to be that good. Because, like, if I'm not mistaken, like the winter season right here, let me actually click onto it right quick. Season 2 of Laid Back Camp, second season of Neverland, second season of Slime, Dr. Stone, haven't seen it, so I can't really say. Second season of okay, Hanayomi, what's it called? Quintuplets? The second half of ReZero, I didn't know that. Okay. The third season of Log Horizon. I didn't realize it was that close. Okay, so yeah, I haven't even gotten any original stuff besides, oh no, that's the second season of that. So yeah, like, winter season's gonna be jam-packed with sequels. So that's kind of why this next season kind of looked lackluster in my opinion compared to that. But anyway, I hope you enjoyed this video anyway. And if there's anything you're looking forward to, let me know down in the comment section. And I will see you in the next episode. Momentai.